high tension power lines, electromagnetic. Who remembers when this was a really big deal? Okay. What else do you remember about that? Pardon? Alleged to cause cancer. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No one wanted to buy a house near them.
No one wanted to buy a house near them. Okay, so here is the problem. In 1979, two folks did a research paper, and they said there is a correlation between high voltage power lines and childhood leukemia. These were two people out of Denver, Colorado. There were many studies since then. The Draper study in 2005, one of the most significant. Evidence to support these and other ideas is at best thin and at worst non-existent. In other words, the original study alleged to prove a correlation did not prove a correlation. There is not a correlation. However, it doesn't matter what we think. It matters what buyers think. How many of you are with me? So, you know, what's the old expression? Never try to teach a pig to sing. It's a waste of your time and it annoys the pig. So if you know this is a myth and you're trying to explain that to someone who is absolutely positively convinced there is a correlation, you are wasting your breath. How many of you agree with me? Move on to a different property. Now, at one point, the hysteria was high enough that I recall agents and appraisers reporting an effect on value. Now, appraisers do not create value. Appraisers report value. We report what people do. Sometimes they do smart things, sometimes they do stupid things. Would you agree with that? And one of the things that's difficult about being an appraiser is you kind of have to start with the assumption that people are behaving logically, except they're not always behaving logically. How many of you would agree with that? But if we don't have an assumption that there's some kind of logical behavior, then the whole thing kind of falls apart, doesn't it? So when you think about what we traditionally look at when we're pricing as agents and appraising as appraisers is we're quantifying data, we're correlating the effect on value of different components. So at a real basic level, you're in your market in a particular price range and you have worked out that the typical purchaser will pay X dollars more for another full bathroom. Okay, how many of you know what I'm talking about? Now, that's generally not the cost to install a second full bathroom. That's what the buyers in your market, not my market, your market, in that price range will pay for that feature. You can do the same thing with just about anything, provided you have enough data. Now, when it comes to stuff on the spectral side, ghosts and hauntings, I don't think we have enough data for the most part. How many of you would agree with that? Parent sale analysis, Carol, the haunted house versus the unhaunted house. I'm not sure I can do a parent sale analysis because I'm not sure I can find those. So a lot of times we're just kind of ending up, well, okay, what are we doing? We report market behavior, even irrational market behavior.